All across the internet for the past year or so, there has been one dynamic figure that has stood out among the rest, and that is making $10,000 a month. Now, for most people, achieving this threshold would finally mean achieving financial freedom. And with 2025 just around the corner, in this video, I will be helping you, just like I did for myself, generate a profitable personal brand that will help you achieve financial freedom. And I will help you do it in just 3 simple steps, with the first step being market positioning. Now, most people don't know why the company Pepsi was created, and although it may seem obvious, the reason Pepsi was created was to be the #1 alternative to Coca-Cola. 126 years later, Pepsi has still not beaten Coca-Cola in terms of popularity, but they don't need to, because they've created a $100 billion brand around them not necessarily being #1, but the #1 alternative. The main reason brands remain unprofitable and lose their appeal is simply because they fail to position themselves well in the market. When you position yourself well, you attract the right people, and that is literally the only difference between you and whoever you aspire to beat in your current market. They've been able to position themselves as an authority, which makes it so easy for customers that are in your segment of the market to easily identify them, because they understand that building a successful brand is about standing out in a way that will leave customers with no choice as to why they should pick their business over yours. Which brings us to our second point. The moment you identify where you want to position yourself in the market, you will have to capture attention. It is no longer a surprise that we are living in an attention economy, and that is why it is so easy for influencers who have no prior business experience or knowledge to make millions of dollars online with a single community. Attention has become the currency of this digital world that we live in. If people cannot hear what you have to say, they will not buy what you have to sell. Having a successful brand has nothing to do with the amount of people that you've accumulated over a large period of time on whatever platform it is. It's about the amount of right people that you have that are willing and able to purchase your product or service. Because the success of your brand is positively correlated to the audience that you build. This world has become too commoditized to a point that people only buy from people that they like, which is why most entrepreneurs struggle from what we call consumer resistance, which simply means that people don't buy from you because they don't trust you, and they don't trust you because you haven't given them the chance to know you. So the only justification they have to purchasing whatever it is you are selling, whether it's your product or service, is their interaction with you, which is pretty much inexistent. And if you continue to stay invisible to your potential prospects, you will consistently struggle to get leads and continue to spend thousands of dollars on advertising for a single booked appointment that you could have easily gotten by posting a piece of content. Unfortunately, in this day and age, visibility equates to credibility. You will have to be visible in order to consistently make sales and promote your business. It does not even matter if you're using YouTube Organic, Instagram, or LinkedIn. What matters is that you're consistently establishing your online presence so that your customers are continually reminded that you exist. And for those of you who are coaches, consultants, or course creators looking to get more clients to your online business through your personal brand, click the link in the description and schedule in a free call with me. That's only if you're a course creator, coach, or consultant looking to scale your client acquisition through your personal brand. Which brings us to step 3. If you actually want to create a $10,000 a month brand, you will have to have something to offer. And I don't mean saying something so bizarre that you appear to be a scammer, like most of these online gurus nowadays. And it doesn't even have to be a course, for those of you that were waiting for me to say that. It means offering something valuable to your audience that can elevate their current position, whether it gives them sales, appointments, or even leads. It doesn't matter, as long as it's something that's able to move them from point A to point B. You need a transformative offer. I've seen so many people pay upwards of $5,000 for coaching programs, communities, and masterminds simply because they want to elevate their current positions. As a matter of fact, Luke Belmer just a few weeks ago hosted his mastermind that costed $15,000 for a ticket to anybody who was willing to attend. That meant that his ability to generate large amounts of revenue online was packaged into a $15,000 offer that his audience was willing to purchase. So if you are able to generate a particular result that a prospect or potential member of your audience will be able to use to elevate their current position, you can package that in an offer in the form of a product or a service. And if they are willing and able, they will be able to pay for it. And for those of you that already have offers but are struggling to get sales, customers will only purchase something once they see its perceived value as the best solution. And you can get to know more about that from a video that I just recently created, and I'll tag it in the link in the description. Which brings us to step 4, systemization. Once you've got your offer in place, it's important that you create a system that will enable your personal brand to scale. Because as your brand grows at scale, it becomes more and more difficult to give attention to each individual member of your audience or program. So you will have to create systems and establish them and put them in place in order for you to streamline your operations. Systems like email lists, funnels, sales pages, or even a free online school community, just so that you can be able to nurture your potential client through the buying process. I have seen so many people that want to build brands fail to do it because they have failed to put systems in place that will allow them to streamline their operations. And the easiest part about it is that you only have to do the work once. You only have to put in the work once, and thereafter, everything goes smoothly with little to no cost to actually maintain it. People now have so many distractions on a day-to-day basis that you have to continuously remind them that you exist, and it is almost impossible to do that via one channel of communication. Systems will literally create the foundation that supports the growth of your brand in every way. And it will seamlessly support you in the background by converting potential customers and leads into paying clients without you even having to lift a single finger. Which brings us to our fifth and final step, remaining unique. Before Drake was widely known as the artist we know him to be today, an interviewer had once asked him if he wanted to be the next Kanye. And Drake seamlessly smiled at the interviewer and told him he didn't want to be the next Kanye, because he could have simply just been the first Drake. And that was exactly what he went on to be. If you want to be a carbon copy of someone else, you will always be second place to them and not even make half of the impact that they've made, because you can never truly compete. One of the greatest things that God has ever given you in terms of a gift is the ability to have an individual personality. That no man can replicate. So you should use it to your advantage. That is what will help you build an audience and separate yourself from the competition. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from somebody. Otherwise, I myself would have not been here sitting talking to you right now. What I'm trying to say is that when you choose to use your own individual and unique personality as an advantage, you will be unstoppable. That way you will create a dedicated community of people that are willing and able to buy from you anytime you list something on the market. That's why entrepreneurs like Myron Golden have been able to acquire $1 million consulting clients, because they remained unique to their personality that directly correlated to the growth of their business. That's why I myself have been able to help hundreds of entrepreneurs scale their very own personal brands, because I tailored my personality to suit my business. And you should too, because that alone will create a unique selling point that nobody will be able to steal from you in terms of your created advantage. You will need to establish a brand that will not ride off the backs of other people that have already succeeded in their own individual spaces, but one that can stand on its own. With that being said, it is too crowded at the bottom. Let's get to the top.